Second selection sees 8th place Crystal Palace playing host to 6th place Sunderland. And Crystal Palace, they managed to put 3 past Aston Villa in their last game. Mateta scored a penalty in the first half, with Guehi and Enzo Sarr adding 2 more in the second period for a really convincing 3-0 win. Villa didn't perform to quite their normal standards, but credits where it's due for the Eagles to take advantage of this. In terms of form, that does mean that Crystal Palace are one of 3 sides that are unbeaten in their first 3 Premier League games. They're also unbeaten in 6 across all competitions this season. Despite the loss of Eze, Glasner has got the Eagles off to a really positive start to the season. They play a Sunderland side who picked up a win in their last game at home to Brentford. Following a relatively drab first half, the game did burst into life in the dying stages. Brentford did manage to win a penalty around the hour mark due to some rough handling in the box. However, Sharda could not convert from the spot thanks to a really strong save from Rolfs. However, Brentford would make the breakthrough in the 77th minute thanks to Igor Thiago, as his header crashed off the crossbar to open the scoring. However, this lead would only last for 5 minutes, as there would be a second penalty awarded in the game, this time for Sunderland. Enzo Le Fe would convert to level the scores at 1-1, and it appeared for the longest time that this would be the end of the scoring. However, substitute Wilson Isidor stole all 3 points in the 96th minute, as his header crept under Guehi and Sarr to score for a 2-1 Sunderland win. In terms of form, it's now 2 wins from 3 to start the year, and it's been a fantastic start for the Black Cats. However, both of these wins have come in Sunderland's home games, and their only away fixture was the 2-0 loss to Burnley. When we take a look at the head-to-head record, it has been a few years since these sides last played. Sunderland ran out 4-0 winners back in February of 2017. Lamine Kone, Didier Ndong and a Jermaine Defoe brace saw the Black Cats bag a 4-0 victory. And that win saw Sunderland and Crystal Palace split the points across that season. The reverse fixture seeing the Eagles pick up a 3-2 win at the Stadium of Light, with goal contributions from Joe Ledley, James McCarthy and Christian Benteke, which overpowered yet another Jermaine Defoe brace. My prediction for this game is that both sides have made a positive start to the season, and both will come into this game with confidence. However, all of the good things that Sunderland have accomplished this season have been at home, and I think at Selhurst Park they may struggle. The Eagles will also be really happy to have kept Mark Guehi on deadline day, and they've kept the core of the squad together that did really well last season. I'm leaning towards Crystal Palace in this one, and at odds of 1.7 it seems about right. I'm going to be backing Crystal Palace to pick up a win for a half stake here in bet number 2.